Oh, fuck.
Yeah, anyway, to continue a story that I was telling off screen.
Alright.
So a coworker of mine, you know, he posted a spicy meme that was, you know, visible to his coworkers and bosses.
But
and,
what did... I'm sorry.
So where I work, we use a lot of acronyms and one of the acronyms sounded like it sounded like watermelon. But what he had done is he quickly like crafted a meme, because the guy's like a constant shit poster and trolls on like group chats and stuff, and he quickly crafted a meme that says watermelon, and it was a picture of like an African American child eating a watermelon, and like 5 minutes later the guy was off campus, like just straight up gone, like he got walked out. He was just escorted out of the building, and he was gone.
He was racist.
Yeah, this guy. Well, I mean so that's the thing. Like he posted, he was the only one who thought the meme was funny, and like immediately, everybody was just like, "You cannot be doing this." Like,
funny.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, it only took one person to report it, and be like, "Yeah, this is not work appropriate," and then the guy was like out of the building. Like, his boss didn't know. They just straight up told his boss.
I tried to get Gino to doss himself again. It didn't work.
Where was this at specifically? And at what time?
What is your employment? What's your address and social security number and credit card?
How much do you like racist memes?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
And you can't go lower than a 7.
Second radar.
Okay, I'll take care of the objective. You guys just have fun.
Thanks.
Where is the second radar?
I'm just reaping them bennies. Them benefits. Ooh.
Yeah, we're trying to catch you up. We're trying to catch you up so we can do, because
idiot.
From what I understand,
I'm a baby.
Raids can be done with like minimal people, but you just have to be really coordinated. And
I'm down.
I got you. I saw that. I saw it happen. It was great.
I'll be really coordinated. Dead.
Yeah, because Eric, Robbie, and I, we were. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll just talk about we'll call each other by our usernames now.
Oh yeah. Well, we gotta practice, right? So it's.
No, I don't think.
Inishi. And the Gino, and and then Requiem, Rhea.
Yeah. No,
but do we have to say the whole thing? Like
the whole thing, the whole thing. Which is funny because mine is just a play on my name.
Requiem 69420.
Yeah.
20 yellow blaze it.
69
69 damn fine.
Yeah, what is it? You have to call me XXG XX 6969. Hardart.com.
Gino and the Jets. Gino and the Jets.
That's me, man.
It's because
you know the scene in Star Wars Phantom Menace where Darth Maul comes out, like, not the first time, but when he comes out for the fight, and he pulls out the lightsaber, right? He pulls out one side. So he pulls out one side of the lightsaber first, and you're like, oh shit, and then he pulls out the second side of the lightsaber.
And everyone's like, oh shit.
So the meme was me in high school making an email, and it's the first side of the lightsaber has XX, like big soul X, and then when he pulls out the other side, it's another XX at the end of the
That's so good, man.
I fucking cried.
Sophia, please.
Dude.
Robbie.
You guys are dead? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I was in a hot spot, and I was like, I can take them, and then they all just shat all over me.
Yeah, we're not really working together, we're just being together.
You know that thing that we said about coordination? Nah. We're just not gonna do that.
You just do your thing and my thing, and we'll meet in the middle.
Dead.
Oh my god, can I stop fucking... Oh,
I'm just getting jizzed on, man.
I'm trying to like get in the middle of the jizz stream, so it doesn't sacrificial jizz stream.
Step bro, what are you doing?
No, you're getting shot at.
But their bullets do not hurt him.
Why? How?
Oh, just because he just takes it in the butt all the time.
Oh wow.
Ooh. I'm just about to fall.
I'm about to complete.
How do I feel about sea bass?
Like eating or just like in general? Like what's your
Oh, I was gonna join a Facebook group for Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's
yeah.
It's a QR code Facebook group, so I can get all the hot and clothing and
Dude,
whatnot.
you know what I found out to be a little bit more effective than that is having doing a Pinterest, and you could keep it way more organized.
That's so the problem with me is that the only Pinterest I have. Well, hold on. Can I sign into Pinterest to Facebook?
Yes.
I guess
Okay, perfect.
I just wasn't interested in it.
Oh, bro. Somebody get this guy.
A microphone and a golden toilet.
Give him a Pulitzer Prize, man. For that well-crafted joke. Where's the bad guy? Oh, they're coming down.
Oh, dude, there was... Oh, man. It was the... I'm trying to, like, remember this joke, this hella dad joke I heard, and I just want to do it justice, so let me think about it for a little bit. Let me think about it.
I have one for you while you wait. What does a cow do for entertainment?
Movies?
Oh, damn it. Yeah, he goes to the movies.
Cute.
Yeah, a little kid told me that, and I was like, who told you that joke? He's like, my dad. And I was like, I knew it. It was too good.
Why couldn't the young pirate get into the movies?
Because it was rated R.
Yeah.
What's
a
pirate's
Favorite what?
favorite letter?
R?
Oh, I don't know. What is it?
You think it'd be the R, but it's actually the C.
Oh, man.
Beautiful, Robbie. You're gonna make a really good fucking dad one day. You got the grit, son.
You can grow the mustache. I've seen it.
I got pro gamer moves.
Pro poppy moves.
I took my G Fuel in the morning. Oh, God.
That was such a dirty setup, too. Both y'all fell right into it, man. I hated my trap cards so hard.
Hey, man. Good times. Hey, what's a pirate's favorite website? It's hardr.com, baby. Bringing it back. Bringing it all the way around.
That's racist.
There we are, baby. Advancing to World Tier 1.
Woo! I did nothing. I don't deserve this at all. Woo!
So it's good. There's going to be a lot more of that. We're going to do all of them all over again. But I think you're going to get a cutscene, so I'll let you watch the cutscene.
Or I could just fast travel.
That's kind of cool.
I'll fast travel my cutscene.
We gotta wait.
Not as cool as us, Gino. Not as cool as us. Oh.
There it is, baby.
Dang. No cutscene?
No cutscene? Well, hold on. We gotta wait the
8.
10 seconds. Yeah.
fucking corn tortillas. It was so good.
What is it, papage?
Yeah, fuck it. If I wanted to join this group, if I want QR codes, I'll find them.
We did it, guys.
We did it
Again.
Whatever, dude. Dude, I was so salty, Robbie, when he told me, yeah, we're in like world level 5. I was like, don't you guys have girlfriends? When do you guys poop and pee?
That's the thing, like, if you give them food, they go away.
Oh my lord.
She's like a dragon.
You just gotta...
If you give a dragon what it wants, it's totally chill. That dragon's hungry.
You better...
It's gonna be a bad time for everybody.
Oh yeah. Everybody is dead. What?
Oh, so I'm still buying at World Tier 5 level.
Yes, you are, but the loot that's gonna drop is not gonna be World Tier 5 loot.
That's what I would do.
Tidal Basin required. Roosevelt Island.
Called World Tier 5 basin.
Missing. No sign of the struggle. We need to get to the cure. I'll mark the location.
Oh shit, this is the second piece to the fucking other green one I have. Crazy.
Here we go. All right.
Is it the,
There's so many things to do.
60 hits in the truck, and I am gonna buy it. Hello. Oh, never mind.
what's this set called? Is that the Warden one?
Serpentine, baby. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's the shocky one, right?
No, it's every time you.
Oh, here it is. I see it.
Special the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna buy this M60 though. Yeah, brother.
All right. Was there anything you need me to craft or do while I'm at the White House?
No, right now we're just gonna speed. Well, now that Robbie's here, we're definitely gonna speed run you.
Yeah.
Speed run.
Let me just put this fat boy on real quick.
Gunner, you have gained access specialization in your progress chart.
It's not a video stream, dude. They can't see you.
Alright,
One
so
day.
now we gotta do missions. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast travel to the Grand Washington Hotel.
I'll get to you in a second. I just need to put some shit on my gun.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so now it's giving me firewall, gunner, technician, and demolitionist, survivalist, sharpshooter.
Heck yeah.
Like, so what did you guys pick?
I am a gunner.
I'm a technician.
Technician.
And you do what you want, because you can use them for all different kinds of things anyways.
Oh, okay.
Whatever sounds cool to you.
I'm gonna do sharpshooter.
Yeah, that's like Eric, right? But he's also like supporty, so it doesn't really matter what you do.
Oh, I love that song. That's a song that goes in my head whenever I start making my coffee in the morning.
Good luck.
Can you please share with the group, Gino?
I will, man. I will. Share in Messenger. Aim boys.
Damn, that shit's fucking good.
Oh, damn. So I could carry this crazy sniper, my main gun, and oh no, I don't have a shotgun anymore. Okay.
So the way, yeah, so it's a completely separate part of your loadout, and the way it works is as you kill dudes with your regular gun, you'll find ammunition throughout your playthrough, and then you can use your gun. And I know if you look at your perks, Robbie pointed this out to me yesterday. It will tell you the best way to earn ammo for your gun. So with Robbie, Because I think there is a chance that it'll just drop on any kill, but there are things that you can do to promote more drops.
Into your clip.
Yeah. So for me, like if I kill enemy skills, like their drones or the things on the ground that they deploy, then it'll just load it directly into my maximum ammo capacity. With Robbie, if he just it's funny because for him, if he gets like LMG kills, ammo will drop. But then once he gets it, he can just fucking not let go of that trigger, mow people down, and it just doesn't end.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's just carnage.
Ooh.
And which one did you pick?
A sharpshooter.
I think you and Eric are gonna both the sharpshooters. Is that the one with the 50 cal sniper?
Yep.
Yeah, so that one I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it's like headshot related or something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick little break.
Okay, I'm going to look at the meme that he sent.
I don't wanna fall asleep, I don't wanna pass away. I've been thinking of our future cause I'll never see those days. I don't know why this has happened, but I probably deserve it. I tried to do my best, but you know that I'm not perfect. I've been praying for forgiveness, you've been praying for my health.
Very cool stuff out here. Is that a time? No, it's just like permanent. Cool. Oh, some swine. Very cool.
Civilians in distress.
God, this gun's gonna hit like a fucking tortuga, dude, like a fucking turtle. Oh my god, this gun's not even real, it can't be. What the fuck's out here? You sure you want this, brothers? I just got a new gun and it's not nice.
I'm checking out this. I want to see if this 50 cal is
worth.
Eric,
when we got to tier 5, and he got like a whole bunch of sniper items, and he shot something in the head, he said it did 1.5 million damage.
Whoa.
And that's because he's not geared out or anything, he's had a couple things that help the sniper damage. But it does the damage, and it also allows you to be supporty at the same time.
I like how there's...
Yeah, pop your head out, buddy. Pop it out, come on, pop it out for daddy.
I didn't like that. That was too sensual, bro. I was like, ugh.
Oh fuck. About to die. Hopefully I don't.
Where are you? Maybe we should play together.
Well, we're all supposed to be fast traveling here. I just got bored.
Civilians in distress.
I was just doing a control point, but another.
By yourself? The audacity.
I had it. It just random
Did you though?
Started putting it in my butt. Oh my god, cat. That is not where you belong. Except you're so handsome. How can I ever be mad at you? Can't ever be mad at anything this fucking handsome.
I don't know because you've never shared a photo. I feel like you're ashamed.
You don't deserve it. Nobody
Oh, wow.
This is the most handsome boy. He could literally murder and I would cover it up. It's just how handsome he is. Like, I know what celebrities feel like now when they're just like that beautiful. Like, I get it. My cat is that
Thicker
beautiful.
than mac and cheese?
Thick? No, he's not thick. He's not thick at all. He's just very handsome.
Damn, prove it, bro.
Like George Clooney in his prime, though.
What was George Clooney's prime to you?
I guess always, right? It's George Clooney, baby. Maybe shortly after the fucking... What was the medical show? ER.
Gino was killed too, man. Y'all are getting murdered.
Because he fucking went to that...
Oh, he was all AFK.
Yeah. I was trying to protect him the whole time. Couldn't do it, though. I'm sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Papa. Father, I failed you.
Walk all the way back over. And Gino's gonna come back. Like a tribe, like beep, 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 beep. God. I finally got a light machine gun like on my level. I'm just ripping through people. Let's rip through them. Why are you looking at me like that, dude? You know what the fuck this is.
You know why?
He's
like, you're...
He wants to stand
A lot
on the
of...
head of my chair.
Let him.
Oh, he's gonna claw it. He's learn how to not claw this chair. Does a really good job.
Let him.
When we're awake and he doesn't have our attention, he's very angry.
How dare you be conscious and not completely... Ooh.
Like, he doesn't want any of it. He's very angry with me. He'll do anything for my attention. He's turned off my computer while we're playing games, like, so many times. Like, in very moments when we're playing against other human beings, and, like, I need to be there. He's like, this goes off now. Even out here reviving Gino, dude. God damn it.
I'm fast traveling to you.
You're about to witness a fucking massacre because I'm pissed off.
Good. I would like to witness a picture of this fucking cat, bro, but you're being rude AF. I don't know what I ever did to you.
Not about what you did, man. I'm sorry. Like, one of those things, man.
No, you...
I think it's for your own good, dude. You want to see this, man. I want to have to rip
Why? Because so I could laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. I'm gonna laugh at your cat, bro. That's probably best. Don't show me him.
Lap yourself to hysterical death, dude. Just 'cause you couldn't handle
That's a way to go. That's a way. That's one way to go.
It's pretty much like HP Lovecraft, but instead of spooky things, it's like handsome cats.
Just
They're
handsome
so
cat.
handsome, you just can't fathom them.
It's like the expanse of the universe on how dumb they look. I just see everything, space and time.
Let's go down again. How long go down again? No. No. Not go down these trees.
Woo! Ooh.
Motherfuck. Where'd you go, dude? These are dead. That's what
God damn it. God damn it.
Right here. Right here.
Control point secured. Well done.
Serious trauma detected.
Ooh. Dude, I am dead. I was like about to die, and then I was like, no, I gotta wait, and then they bombed me. Right in the dick.
It's real rowdy out here.
So, I think we might have to work as a team.
I mean, you might. I'm fucking massively into this. Fucking, it's bad. It's real bad out here.
Yeah, dude. We need somebody to take point and for all of us to like communicate. Because like I feel like we've all just been doing our own thing. But unless you guys just want to fucking revive me all the time, you know?
Just trill, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, I did it again.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Oh, you approaching me? God, this guy, I'm gonna show him the minigun coming. About to get mini clipped, dude. This is a callback.
Let me say that again.
You're about to get mini clipped. Oh, that guy literally dropped like.
Like the games?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Miniclips.com, bro.
Alright, now that I have this control plan, we can pick up some fucking clothes and just how's Gino dying so much? God damn, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so you're really boys. Good shit out there.
Yeah.
Move along.
You know, I'm doing what I can.
Let's get out. Gotta revive Gino for the fucking second time. All this health for what? Fucking what? Is this what you, do you need to do, Grand Washington? Is this what you need to do? What do you need to do? Poople, I am not talking to you. However, you are handsome, so I'm sorry.
I'm like shooting them point blank. I need to see if there's a better shotgun because I am shooting this guy like point blank in the face and it just takes, I feel like 2 pumps should be enough, but he's making me unload all 6 for them to die once. Sounds dumb.
Do you need to do this quest? Is this what you have to do right now?
No, I don't think so. Let me
do what you have to do.
let me
See, what do you need to do?
score 140. I need to pick a better shotgun.
Did you?
45. Yeah, there's a better shotgun right here.
I respawned next to you, there's a control point, people were angry at you, I revived you, I killed them, I took over the control point, some other people killed you, I picked you up again.
Hey, I helped too.
Hey man, thank you, I appreciate it. Did you beat the raid already, or the mission?
Oh, I didn't know we had to do it, I didn't know what we were doing, so I was just taking control point.
Oh, well, it's a... Here we go, just start with this one.
Room by room, we have 0 intel.
But this gun fucking destroys, you know? It's finally
I bet.
I'm 60 my level. That's fucking hilarious, man.
I believe it, man.
Rolly boys out.
Yeah, I was telling Sophia that she can take the mantle of Nathan and the Phillians.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, if you like using the Firefly is a little like annoying sometimes. So be ready for that. I would try to find another skill except for it. Besides it does a lot of damage. It's just also extremely unreliable sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you try to, there are very. I've noticed that there are very few times in which you can get like a perfect shot for everyone in the room.
Yeah, for like 8 people.
I feel like the Rolly boys have really, like, they do their job because they're like
are unreliable, very rarely.
Yeah, because with the Phillians you had to like manually like highlight each of them, like tag each one, right?
Don't get me wrong, that shit feels dope. But there's also the whole like you gotta do it. It sucks. Like being in shape, you know, being in shape feels dope, but you gotta do it, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Come on.
So my bullets are now hitting for an average of maybe like 23,000.
Good work.
That's so dumb. Well, like it's not. I don't think this is a good gauge for that though, because these guys have like no armor and stuff. Like a,
no, I'm pretty
or
sure
maybe it is.
Yeah, the guys outside were real tough. Like we.
It's just like the only thing I can't gauge is how fast these guys are dying. Like, obviously, they're not going to die that fast.
Yeah.
They know you're coming.
One way they come out with them good, I think so.
Rolly boys out.
Dude, I'm not even worried about my shield, I'm just face rolling because I get all that bonus armor for every duder I kill. Are we still streaming? Okay, just making sure. Don't want to dox myself again.
Good idea.
Yeah. I was gonna give out my address, my the last four of my social.
I'm trying to find a black market photo of Requiem's cat.
The most handsome boy in the world.
Yeah.
Hold on, Noodle. Are we talking about Noodles or are we talking about Poo Poo Feet?
Noodles is pretty, but like Poo Poo Feet's just the most handsome cat.
It knows it.
Yeah, he does. He fucking knows he owns his house, man.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, you can hurt me. You can. It's like the only way you can hurt me is by giving me a ridiculous name. But outside of that, I run this joint.
He's like, you could try.
You can't kill an idea, Robbie. The idea is handsome as hell.
What was that, mi amor? Oh no, she's talking to our robot. Our robot.
Your robot butler. DJ Roomba! Speaking of which, I bought a little speaker. Hopefully it's not all trash.
One?
That was the one that I sent you, right?
Yeah, the solar powered calculator, Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's also an explosive.
It's, yeah. If you just have to like, the secret word is Nathan and the Fillions.
Yeah.
So
when it activates.
Basically can't say that, we can't say it anymore. It's heartbreaking.
Alright, yeah.
No, the code word is that's what she said. That's why we can't say it anymore.
Yeah, that's why Eric has to abandon the joke forever.
Why can't you say that's what she said?
Because then it'll activate the bomb that's planted in her Bluetooth speaker.
Her mind.
My mind's eye. Stay woke, bro.
Oh, that's what she said.
Keep her brown eye open, bro.
Hey, where's your beret at, dude?
Yeah, Sophia. I thought we were supposed to be in uniform.
Whoa, you guys have berets. I didn't even realize that. I want a beret. I'm gonna try to put a beret on
No, you don't have. Oh, that's right. Your other character has a beret, or do you have one on this one?
I don't think so. Oh, I forgot about my other character. I need to start working on him too.
Why? Don't worry about your other character. This is your name, dude. This one got so much farther. I don't think there's any benefit to having more than one character. Other than
aesthetics. Some days I feel masculine, some days I feel feminine. That's literally the problem.
I was gonna say like that. Like if we're talking about like realistic expectations, it's a lot of effort you're gonna be putting into a game that like doesn't require you to have more than one character. If this is World of Warcraft, I get it, but it's not.
I like how Gino has always been nothing but 1,000% supportive, but up until this point, this is the first time you've ever said no to me. You're like, no, bitch.
Yeah, probably. It's like there's a line. You found the line that you cannot cross.
Yeah, I did.
Welcome to your new job during quarantine, and.
Dropped.
Dude, that guy, I know that was Robbie behind me because that guy just got melted. And I know my pistol didn't do
Robbie's
that.
on fire, boy, or what? Well, I got him a little sniper shot, little snippety snipe.
Oh, little snippers.
Yeah,
look at how much bonus armor I have, dude. Like, this is so dumb. There's a lot of bonus armor.
Another batch of reinforcements just headed down from the roof.
And that's because, like, I adjust my armor and I'm just running around gunning with my 12 shot.
Oh shit, I'm blind. Only is the night. Oh, is this a hallway? How perfect for a gun.
This is the rhythm of the night.
Your clan has reached.
Oh shit! Clan level up.
Oh really, dude?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because we only get experience when we have like X amount of people online.
Looks like they're taking up defensive positions.
Hey, Robbie, remember when we invited that guy who was like, oh, this guy's doing work, he's level 200, and now I'm just like, alright, he just beat the game.
Well, yeah, 200 is kind of nothing anymore.
I know. Oh, so I was when we were playing with Eric 1.0, Sophia, I saw Eric 2.0 was online, and I was like, he's still only gear level 290, man. And I'm over here like 500 and so down. I've done in a week what you've done in a whole month.
You stay here, Jimmy?
No, he got the game when it came out, bro.
Oh damn.
It didn't just come out. Do we have to shoot this stuff up or what?
I don't know. They're gonna come all over.
Oh, defend the transmitter, not shoot.
I don't know what happened. Okay, that was weird.
I almost killed all of them coming out of that helicopter.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Alright, Robbie's got that side, so I'll just run.
Alright, I'm gonna go up here in the terracita.
You're gonna start snooping?
Yeah.
You dare?
Oop.
You dare make a mockery of me, Ed boy? You dare? Oh, I forgot the voice. Ed boy. There we go. You dare make a mockery of me, Ed boy?
What was what?
What? You don't remember Rolf from Ed and Ed Eddie?
Just remember, like,
no, I don't. Short answer, no.
What you crouching at, boy? Last time I did this mission, you was the man.
Out of ammo, my snipey.
You can't wear those colors out here,
Cuz. Puro 956 te quacha, cuz. When I went drinking out, when I went out drinking with my coworkers, there's this guy, and he's from Laredo, in our crew. And what happened was, this guy came out, he's like, hey man, why are you dressing like a cholo, man? It's not about how you look, it's a way of life. And he's just giving him all this shit.
To
you? No, not to me, it was to my Laredo buddy. Like, he was getting shit because, like,
he just had a flannel on.
No, for real, no, he at this one outfit he had, he did look like a cholo. We were making fun of him for it. But, like, this stranger comes over and starts making fun of her for it. And we're like, nah, cuh.
Not good.
Yeah, we told him like, hey man, we're 956, and he just got so mad, and we're just like, fuck this guy, dude.
Yeah,
Sophia,
it's like some
1 second.
somebody.
Get wrecked. But yeah, dude, like, when we told him we were from the valley, he just got even more upset, and he's just like, we're like, dude, I don't know what you want, but you need to get out of here.
Yeah, dude, he's like, that wasn't. He's like, oh, he thought you guys were just some fucking white boys or some shit, and.
Hey,
like, no.
And I'm the whitest one of them. They're all brown as fuck, and they just they sound and look like they're from the valley. Like,
and so he's people need to mind their fucking business.
Yeah, that guy was.
But speaking of getting into business, that ain't my business. You got a cat on boo feet? You got a pick or what? You know a guy?
Yeah, man.
You don't get that.
Fuck you, dude. I wasn't talking to you, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, man, it's not my place to share people feet.
Hey, don't worry. We'll talk about it in the other chat.
Okay, alright, got it.
Don't worry about it.
Fans only, our fans only webpage.
Hey, y'all gotta get to this.
I know. I was looking for it, and I was like, where the fuck is the goddamn elevator?
I want all the loot. Give me the loot.
Yeah, it's gonna get ridiculous real fast. Hey, I need to help you with your side mission so you can get the
beret. Let's talk about what's important here, dude.
My bad. No, we need to help you with your side mission so you can get the reforge table or the reconstruction table. Add the bounties. The reforge gorge.
All right.
This is like Murder on the Orient Express, but less trains.
And more murder. Dude, I'm just turning people into mist with my shotgun.
Because tigers are important, Bubs.
They are important, man.
That's why there's a big documentary on them. They love tigers.
Hey, we have a mascot called Tony the Tiger.
El Toñado.
Antonio el Tigre.
Antonio el Tigre. Tigre.
Tiger Man 5000.
Oh my. What? So a very specific Power Man 5000 reference. Ooh, there's this thing. Somebody took a little snippet of. Hold on, I want to play it. It's
Guess how much damage do you
I mean, there's not much we can do about it. There's no point in worrying.
About what?
If our cats could get coronavirus.
But they can't. So
a tiger just tested positive at a zoo for coronavirus.
Ooh, that's no bueno. The last time I checked, that was no bueno.
Last time I checked, that was definitely a cat.
I got real quiet. Ooh. Let me pivot, and you guys listen to this. Pivoting.
De acuerdo, te lo cuento. ¿Tú conoces a Ping Pong?
¿A Ping Pong?
Sí, Ping Pong.
Sí, es un muñeco muy guapo y de cartón.
Sí.
I don't know
Se
this,
lava su
but I'd
carita
appreciate
con
it if
agua y
every
con
cop
jabón.
wasn't treated
¿Con agua
with
y con jabón?
suspicion.
Sí, se lava la carita.
Se lava la carita con agua y con jabón.
It's Shrek in Spanish.
Oh lord. I was like, what?
What is this?
I had no idea what's going out of context. It was so weird.
Yeah,
¿Tú
dude.
conoces a Ping Pong?
Pon. Ping pong. Es bien guapo y vive en una casa de cartón.
Es Ping Pong.
Es muy guapo y se lava la carita con jabón. Oh hell.
Good. He's down here being very, very bad.
Bad
He is
beating?
handsome, yes, but he is also bad.
Damn, so Gino's got the best accuracy out of all of us. But Robbie's got the most kills.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right. Yeah, so I was right, Robbie. It's not accurately reflecting the damage that you're capable of doing, but you are killing a lot faster because it only recorded 8 million damage.
All right. No, I think the damage is correct, because I think we're just killing just as fast as each other right now, just because everything's like low health. I totally think you're capable of putting out the same damage as me right now. I think when things get harder and take less than like 3 bullets to kill, then it'll start showing what holding down the trigger really does. That's just the advantage I have above everybody. I have 150 bullets in the clip.
Yeah, and I only have a measly 27 in my pistola.
Yeah, so I just don't reload. I don't know where y'all are at. I'm just killing shit.
I'm fast traveling.
Spawn on me. I just started the next mission. I'm just speed running through them.
Spawn on me.
Spawn on me.
Take me.
To World Tier 4. World Tier 4.
So, for World Tier 4, that means you've beaten the game.
World Tier 5 is the last World Tier. That's when you unlock all content in the game.
Jesus, you fucking nerds.
Amen. You you were merely, what is it? You merely adopted the MMO. We were born and molded by it.
I'm gonna go do my own thing. Tell me when you start on the strongholds and I'll help you get through there faster.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm going to you, Gino, right now. I'm walking to you.
Sounds good. Sounds bueno.
These baby groups.
Hey Robbie, if you get a Vanguard piece, let me hook it up. I don't care what build it is, but as long as it has Vanguard, that way we can I can get started on something. Because I think at this point now it's finally time to start doing stuff for
the good of the people.
Fast traveling to you, and then we could start taking all the little points around me, right? I mean, gotta start them. Or do you want to do main mission stuff?
No. I'm doing main mission stuff right now.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to do all the main missions anyways.
Yeah, you have to do all the main missions to unlock all of the
Hey, stop it. No.
all of the dungeons again, and then we have to do them at that point. After you do all the missions this final time, every dungeon you do, yeah, I'm already in there. Every dungeon you do will increase your world tier. So once you do the final one, you'll be at world tier 5.
You said.
Got it.
Oh god, is this hard? No, it's normal. What the fuck? Let's go do that. That sounds dope.
Does that mean we get to do the planetarium again?
No, the missions are different because the Black Tusks.
Annoying. They didn't have quite the flair as the other.
Well, it's not a big deal because later on you can they do intend for you to repeat all of the missions, but just not in this capacity because these missions cannot be adjusted in difficulty. However, the Air and Space Museum, you can adjust the difficulty to give you harder content and gear more equipment more appropriate for your level. And then that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, there's going to be a new feature that's going to open up once you hit World Tier 5 called you're going to get the loot map. And what it's going to do, it's going to tell you if you're looking for a very specific brand, for a very specific type of gun or type of armor, then it's going to have all that
it's the fucking dogs. The goddamn dogs. I'm not used to those yet.
Yeah, they suck. You need an EMP to really wreck them. Which I have. I guess I can... You know what? I can start using them. That way we have more than one EMP in the group, because I don't really use my grenades.
Oh shit, my Tom Clancy just fucking
crashed. Yeah. It's happened to me multiple times already. Hold on real quick.
It's a big ass world.
Okay, there you go. Reach the Isaac room. Alright, now I have my EMP grenades. So, those doggos, there's 3 unique ones. There's the grenade one, the sniper one, and the machine gun one. They all have different, like, weak spots, and they're all red. So if you just shoot at the red stuff, they'll, like, disabled and, like, make themselves vulnerable to damage.
Nice.
But,
gotta find the sweet spots.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. So, what's up with them PB&Js or what? Yeah, down. Hey guys, I'm gonna watch Ozark. I'll be back later. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, see you later, buddy.
Did you say Ozarka? Like the water?
Ozark, there's a TV show called Ozark on Netflix. It's pretty good. They released the 3rd season and he just started it.
What's it about?
It's about the drogas!
Ooh!
We got a loot box over here.
El jale party.
Yeah, it's like a crime drama. It's awesome. Wrong way. We gotta go around the door.
This way. I got that thing.
A robot's down already. There we go. We're securing Isaac. Oh, you got it.
Boom, baby.
They were trying to access the Shade database. Let's hope you stopped them in time.
Hate to interrupt, but there's another helicopter inbound. Looks like Black Tusk reinforcements.
That's my friend.
Okay, I see you, doggo. Oh, there's better might throw my grenades.
Yes.
There we go. Doggo's gonna go down.
That was beautiful. Like poetry in motion. Bro, did I tell you I discovered like it's basically 80s remixes of like pop songs. Oh my god, Gino. It's so
You'll
good.
have to share it with
It's so,
yeah, share with me, man.
it's so insanely good that like one, I prefer all of these over their actual
Their original counterparts.
Dude, it's like at first I was like, oh, here's a Britney Spears one. Oh, wait, here's like a like I just kept finding like pop ones, like, you know, like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera and stuff. But then it started getting into like the ballads, like some Gaga ones, and it's just, I remember it almost was like hit as hard as like when I first found like lo-fi hip hop beats to study to. Like it almost hit that hard. I was just like,
Yeah, I was
whoa,
gonna say it kind of
dude.
sounds like sounds like when I first when I had found out about synthwave.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the feeling of like, okay, I'm like, okay, so my journey was, yeah, I was like, my journey started with like I remember I was just like, oh, hip hop, I just like, because I always like Prefy 73 and just a lot of beat stuff. Like I've always liked Wu-Tang Clan, and then once the RZA started doing like hip hop stuff, like not hip hop stuff but like anime stuff, I was just like, man, I just want to listen to this all the time. And so then I remember one day I'm like, I just want to look up beats, just beats, and I wrote beats, and then lo-fi hip hop beats came up, and I was just like, what? Cool. But before lo-fi hip hop beats, I was always listening to, I think it was called Poolside FM, which was more of like that 80s like poolside feel, which I really dug. But then when I found lo-fi hip hop beats, I was like, okay. And then I found like the lo-fi hip hop beats, but like all the mixes, like the Zelda mix, the My Neighbor Totoro mix, and I was just like, oh damn. And there's certain mixes that like, if I listen to them, I automatically go to sleep because I listen to them so many times to like fall asleep to that like, ooh, I'm scared.
Yeah, that you've just what is it? You conditioned yourself to go.
To go to sleep with it.
Yeah.
What is the red spot of this?
It's the booty. I think the spider butt.
Here, I'm gonna do one of these. I wonder what my little
My roly boy
does.
There we go. The roly boys just,
yeah.
Your roly boys do one thing really well, and that's fuck shit up.
For real. And every time I tried to switch it out, but I was just like, like I mean, I started with the honeybees. The honeybees did really good, but then I was just I felt like the roly boys got way more distance to them. They went further.
They went above and beyond.
You would even go as far to say as they answered their Call of Duty.
Their Call of Booty destruction.
Because it destroyed the butt. I get it. Anyways, back to the music. So, lo-fi hip-hop beat. Poolside FM, lo-fi hip-hop beats. Then it was the Zelda mix. And then it was... There was a couple other mixes. And then I found... Oh, dude, there's this really good documentary.
Vaporwave is so good.
There was this documentary I think you'll really enjoy. Just kind of like keeping it. They do the SoundCloud history of vaporwave.
Okay.
And it's really good because at one point vaporwave just eventually becomes like, first it was like, okay, it's like these 80s like these sounds that were very nostalgic.
Yeah.
And then from there, like, people started sampling and putting other stuff, and they're like, oh, that's cool. And then people just started like passing them through like all these different things to warp the sound, and then then it just starts becoming noise, and then like there's just band that's like, oh, it's just like the feedback, and like, you know, just everything always boils down to like noise artist thing. Which I mean, noise is cool, but like it's just therapy. That's like somebody's therapy. Like, don't expect me to be like, oh, I love this noise artist. Like, no, dude, that's like you're witnessing somebody like emotionally pushing through something and working it out through music, through sound, which is cool, right? But that ain't I ain't gonna dance to it. But anyways, the documentary is super good. I'll be sure to send you a link to it. And from that, then I was just like, but what is, I was like, I like this sound, like this is a particular sound. And then I was watching Blade Runner 2020. And I was like, oh, this is my shit. I love it so much. And then I wanted to listen to more stuff like that, I guess. And then I went and I found Outrun, which is specific, like, it's just the fantasy of like you're in a Tron car driving forward. Like, that's the fantasy.
So I have it's funny that I remember this now because my PlayStation theme is synthwave themed, and it's kind of got that like you're driving into the digital horizon, and it's got like a glitchy sunset.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool, dude. Like, I saw it, and it plays music. It plays synthwave, so it's just so awesome. I love it every time I...
That's your PlayStation's theme? Mine is Chun-Li, because, dude, for one day, I don't know, I think I just had like $30 that I obviously didn't need. I was just like, you know what, Eric plays Street Fighter, I should play Street Fighter so I could play with Eric. Eric has been playing Street Fighter for like almost since Street Fighter's come out, dude. And my dumbass.
I was also gonna say, like he doesn't play fighting games because he's at this very awkward like stage and skill level where he's better than all his friends, but if he wanted to compete, like, he's just not good enough.
Yeah, because he can't compete against people on his tier, because none of us are on his tier.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I did go through like an intense training camp for myself, where like I just wanted to be good at this one game, like which was Tekken 7, and like having seen a lot of videos, a lot of tournaments, and it's just like I've come to the conclusion that you know, while yes, it has like tiers of characters that are just good.
That was so fast.
It was, yeah. That there are characters that are graded as to like how good they are. I'm gonna go to the next mission and start it the moment I get there. Oh, hey, guess which one it is? The Air and Space Museum.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Cause like I think it was the 2018 or 2019 Tekken 7 World Tournament or World Championship. The person who won, who just took it all home, was playing the worst character in the game. Like, not even arguably, they're just rated the worst because like they have the slowest hit rate, the slowest response weight, the largest hit boxes, and the slowest movement speed. So which is panda. It's a literal panda. You're just a panda, and and he won. Like, there was a whole documentary on it, and he was like, well, I'm not good at dodging or sidestepping, so all I did was, like, if I'm gonna get hit, like, I'm just gonna follow through with, like, punishment for people who overreach and stuff like that. And he just straight up won, dude. Like, he didn't like win. Okay, I should say it wasn't as easy as just like him winning everything.
He wasn't just like body slamming. There has to be some sort of technique, even if the technique is to like just blow everybody away. But like,
well, I was gonna. It's even more than that. So what had happened was, the scene is pretty like there are major players in the scene, right? And it's pretty. They're pretty well known, and he was competing with them for quite some time, and like outside of the outside of like this major tournament area. But what ended up happening was the person who was his biggest contender was the first person he fought, and so
won.
he lost against the like the person that was his number one contender. And what ended up happening was he
what are you shooting them with? They're like melting.
A shotgun.
Damn.
It's just a dumb shotgun. It's so powerful. But so he immediately got sent to the losers bracket. So when he got put in the losers bracket, he had to beat everybody in the losers bracket, and then he would be able to join the finals, but at a disadvantage. So meaning that normally it's like best out of 3. And like each round is 3 matches.
This shotgun's ridiculous. I'm just gonna... Yeah, bitch. So disadvantage.
Yeah. So he does. I think he does struggle, but he gets to the finals. And when you're at a disadvantage, you have to beat the person. I think more times than you would normally have to. I think it's like a whole extra set of rounds. So at any point, if he had lost a set, then he lost. Like he would be the semifinalist. He would win as number 2, but no more than that.
So he was hella underdog to the underdog.
Yes, and that's the thing, because he was using the worst character in the game. Like, it's just absurd, and so.
Check any terminals or laptops you find. The more intel we collect on Black Tide.
So he had won, and like even the host of the tournament was just like of all people, Panda, like really? And he was just like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, I feel the same way, man. Yeah, it was just great.
I'm sure there's people salty about it. I have to look it up.
I mean, like, yes and no. Like everybody was a great sport about it.
Aww.
His the people that he beat were just like, yeah, dude, you won it. Like he earned it because.
He really he had to crawl from the fucking muck.
And that's the thing, you can't be mad at a guy who won from the losers bracket. Like it's not like he cheated. It's not like, or not cheated, but like cheesed his way to victory. Where like Eddie Gordo's fucking windmill kicks.
You're gonna have to give me a little. Sounds like somebody found a move and just did that move over and over again.
So Eddie Gordo is a character in the original Tekken series, and I don't think he's a character anymore in Tekken. But he does have like a relative who his whole thing is he uses Capoeira as a fighting style, right?
Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's got a very wide range of movements that are far-reaching. So what there's this one move where he just starts like sweeping your feet with like his wide kicks, and it's got absurd range. And like if you're playing with people who don't know what they're doing and you discover this move, it's like it's an ultimate cheese. You just sweep the legs the whole time, and you just win. And it's real shit because it's like
it's not fun.
It isn't fun, and I remember going to arcades and like practicing, mind you, because like it's just a fun game. It's cool. The music's awesome. The storyline's real like it's real weird.
No, I've played the game. I'm aware of like the like the aesthetic and the characters.
Yeah. And it's just cool.
I know enough to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yay!
And like
Gina,
when
let's take a
some
picture
kid
real
who wants to
quick.
play. Oh yeah.
Ready.
Before we get wrecked.
I know. Oh.
We're gonna commence the reckoning.
Hold on, I'm gonna try and take a picture anyways. Fuck it. Photo mode.
Oh
like,
shit! Oh baby, what are you gonna make with those?
Boom.
Fuck yeah! Amanda made her own buns. She made sesame seed buns.
Damn.
So you know what? This guy can shoot at us. How do you want to take the picture?
Right. Here, you get on that side of this like wall thing, right there, and then but like right there, and then oh, they're coming around.
It's alright. They're good.
All right, and I'm gonna take a picture. Right, photo mode, and right. Capture.
I wonder if San Antonio has a planetarium, dude. I just got wrecked.
Yeah, you took a picture of the reckoning. Yes, you know what San Antonio has, and what was one of my favorite things, and was that I you know, I was under some influences that I don't need to go into detail about, but I went ahead and they have so they over at River Center Mall there is the IMAX 3D, and they always have it for like the Alamo story. Like they have like the IMAX is more like an educational one, where it's like they have like all these educational movies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you went to the Alamo.
I've gone there. I've seen the booth that they usually have outside, where it's like, oh, hey, come see our Battle of the Alamo reenactment and stuff. Yeah, super cool stuff.
And so they have one where it was the Hubble Deep Space 3D.
Oh shit!
And I've been to a lot of planetariums, but that was the most amazing time I've ever had. Could be because of the influences, but I mean even IMAX then, 3D,
like, it's an awesome show.
Hubble Deep Space, like, come on.
There's an album that I'll have to show you. It's made by a favorite artist of mine. His name is Ben Jordan. I think it's called Planet 7. And it was commissioned to by I don't know if it's the one in New York, the planetarium in New York, to be the soundtrack for their show, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Even the music for this planetarium is really nice. Like,
we're not supposed to be here.
What is happening?
Oh,
there's a guy. He's coming up the stairs. Se lo cree.
Oh.
Boom, baby.
You shoot from down there. I'll get from behind.
Hold on.
Oh, it's right here. See that weapon?
That was not a good turret drop. You know what? They can't all be good. I think one more from this should do it. Yeah.
How do you enjoy being on fire, dude? That's what you are right now. You're on
fire. I popped one on him just to send a message.
Just to send a message. Oh, what item box over here? It's not about the money, Sophia. It's about sending a message.
What else? Hubble Deep Space 3D. Oh, there's also like a really cute little, like a 15-minute video about Hubble Deep Space on YouTube. It's really nice. But what else?
Now
Oh,
we are on Mars.
so little inside tech if the mall ever reopens. If you go to the IMAX 3D at River Center, make sure to stop by at the comedy club, because there you will find a giant prop joint signed by Cheech and Chong.
That's awesome. I frequent the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club.
Oh, I used to work there.
That's by the
Oh, could
one.
be why
That's
we
very
get
cool.
could be why we get along.
I just think that comedy is such a huge thing in both of our lives that, you know, I think it would have just been one of the things that would have brought us together eventually.
Yeah, actually, my homeboy in San Antonio, his name is Jay Whitecotton. He just
He performs there?
Well, he just dropped his special. He was gonna release it on Amazon, but with everything that happened, he just was like, "How am I gonna charge people for my stand-up when everybody's freaking out?"
I mean, I think that's a pretty unfortunate stance on the situation. I mean, if he wants to release it for free, that's gonna take a pretty big hit, because I understand that they are expensive to produce.
Well, it was really.
If you're
minutes, he's a children's basement, the basement of a children's restaurant, aka the Magic Time Machine, and the whole crew was paid in drugs. So I don't think it was too much off his plate, but I think you would really, really appreciate it. And I had promoted on my Facebook just because I'm like, hey, that's the menial that I could do as a fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, if anybody wants to listen to this sensible edgelord chuckles, like, do yourself a favor and watch it on YouTube. And if you want to tip the man, you can. Here's his like little Cash App handle or whatever. And then he messages me back. He's like, "Can I use that as a tagline for if we ever get a fee out?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Sensible edgelord chuckles is possibly the best description of my work I've ever heard." I was like, So I mean, my writing game is on point. If one of my favorite comedians is like trying to quote my shit, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, what the fuck? We just walk into, open the door to the void.
Here we go. I'll send you the link. I'll do that friend homework for you, buddy.
Finish mopping up these assholes and let's see what we can find.
I feel like might be better guns than my LSMG.
Hey man, well, like, there's plenty of time to. So one thing that we want to do, or we were planning on doing, because we didn't want to just like pigeonhole ourselves into just the same old like things. What we were planning on doing was sorry, I was in a clutch moment there.
Gotcha.
We were just gonna focus. We were gonna like focus on our first build. You know, once we kind of have an idea on what we want, and we can help you out with yours, so you can kind of understand.
Yeah, I think
the mechanics that we pay attention to. Which absolutely, like, that's what we're here for. That's what a clan is, my dude.
Oh my dude, I'm so excited. Yeah, because I mean, I got my thing going on, but I know like the reason, like, I want you to kind of hear it from my perspective of like witnessing like a mature clan, like bearing witness to a mature clan being a newbie, which is the position that I'm in.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's very important too, because knowing how one operates in a judgment-free zone amongst friends is probably the best case scenario.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Because
people pay for this shit.
My experience, like the most hardcore experience that I've ever had was I submitted an application to join a guild, and there was an application that there was like this proprietary application that you would use that would keep track of like your statistics, the amount of dungeons you do, how well you perform, specific stats depending on your role, and it would put it in like a template that you could just put it on a document and ship it out. So I had to submit that. I had to submit a resume for my application to be part of this hardcore guild, and it was a raiding guild. They wanted to perform endgame content, and this was for World of Warcraft, mind you. When Battle for Azeroth came on, they reintroduced like the older raids, the older dungeons, but at the level, like you scaled to the difficulty, so you weren't going there and just like cleaning them out. And so we would do those. We would do these just to like warm up and like to if you wanted to like take a hot spot in like a. All right, so the way raids work in World of Warcraft, there are 25-man raids and 10-man raids. And there were primary teams as well as there were like the A teams and the JV teams where like their role was more support than it was for like main DPS. These weren't the strongest people in the guild, but they met the minimum requirements, and so we got to put them in there to give them a shot. And at any point, if they steal the spotlight or we see them that like, hey, they're doing pretty good, we should probably
pop them up, bring them up.
We should probably consider giving them an opportunity to do more. Then that was an opportunity there. So I started off as I played the role of a healer, and I was a paladin, a holy paladin who would just heal. And so holy paladins are pretty rough, especially because like they were good. They were frontline healers. They were good at or not necessarily frontline, but because they had ranged healing. It was just the idea that they had heavy armor, so they could take damage. They could
run to the front lines and protect people in the front, right?
They were mostly their spells and stuff. They were very fast, meaning that you didn't have to take long to cast them, but it costed a lot of mana, so it was very easy to be a bad healer as a paladin. And people only wanted good healers as good holy paladins to heal like the main tank or the off tank. And those were very important responsibilities because those are the only people that were keeping the party alive. So what ended up happening was, I told them I submitted my application and it was good enough to join the guild, but they weren't going to take me as a holy paladin. They're like, you like be a druid or a shaman, and I was like, I can do a druid. And so then I had to level up from level 1 like all over again. Like they invited me to the guild, and it's like, yeah, and it's pretty like you have to go through sometimes through these extreme changes, and it's like, well, like, are you gonna level 1 up, or are you gonna pay for the levels, the max level or whatever, and then you just like get geared up, and then so I told them I'll work.
How much money are you gonna invest in this versus your time?
Which again it's a thing, like. It's
people,
a thing, and
yeah,
then,
people pay to just have the characters they want when they want it, at the level they want it, which is whack.
I mean,
my opinion is that it's whack. Like,
it doesn't give anybody an edge in the game because buying a max level character
doesn't mean you're gonna be good at it.
Well, it has its pros and its cons. Like you if you've never played the class before, it's a huge pro to level up the character because they do kind of give you a rundown on what skills you would use for specific roles, and there's very good resource materials to make sure that if you study enough that then you'll know what's important for this class. But then of course it doesn't make up for the lack of experience in playing that role, and that's really what sets you apart from the rest of the folks.
Yeah, like.
And so I had leveled up a druid because at the time I didn't really have I think it was like the $30 to just fucking to boost a character to that level. So I told them, yeah, I'll have to level it. Like financially, it's just not. It's not where like it's not an option right now. And they were like, all right, cool. Well, like once you get to this level, like you'll be in the guild, and so I had to go through that loophole. And it was a lot of work, and it wasn't exactly the best experience. And then when I got there and I started raiding and started doing my job, then it became like you either get good enough to finally like have enough power to do what you want, or you're just stuck playing this character that you didn't initially want to play, and they're just using you because like they know that they can throw you in at any time, and you'll be participating in the content that you want, just not in the capacity that you want. And so
yeah,
that's
so like
just a trade-off.
like how much can they take away from what your original intention was, to the point of like put me in, coach, but like this
and that's another thing too. Like there's if I started off as DPS,
it's like paying to be in a soccer team, and then like the coach telling you like, you know what, I know you're front and center, but we really need a goalie right now.
No, that's exactly it, because it's like it's like a job. It's whatever the business need requires. And so if they just have too many DPS and they need somebody they need an extra healer, or they need like a different role to be fulfilled, well, hey, guess what? You're not really cutting it as DPS. Like if you make this change, then we can find a spot for you, and then you're just like, well, fuck, like what am I gonna do? Is this the choice that I want to make? And it's like, and then you're put in a position where it's like it's not a yes or no answer. It's like either you're in or you're out.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I mean, I guess like with your experience. Oh, where are we going? What are we doing?
I'm trying to find a way up, but I'm lost.
I think it's this way.
I'll follow you. Navigator Sophia.
Let's see. I saw some ropes dangling right there, but we can't reach that.
I think that's just aesthetic.
Okay.
Is it up or is it down?
That's you.
Is the dog down there? I think it's down there. I'm gonna go down real quick. I'm gonna go and investigate.
Well, so what I've witnessed as, like, being the baby of the group, which I'm fine with. I'm baby. Is that everything gets broken down into gritty. It's the same mechanics, but there's like key terminology. Like a healer in this game is a healer in every other MMO game. A sniper, or like a long distance, like a suppressor, which is what I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm suppressing. We're supposed to be here, right? Like the little triangle.
It's above us. So the stupid dog is above us.
We killed that dog.
There's this one right here, and I can't shoot through this window.
No, there was nothing like that. No. Let me see.
You know what? Maybe I can... I may have got it.
Gino. Wait, is there a dog we need to shoot up there? Oh, there is a dog we need to shoot. Get its attention.
I'm trying to... Can you throw a grenade up there? Oh, throw your rolly boys.
Rolly boys. Ooh. Boom. Did it work? I mean, it definitely got him.
It did damage, yeah.
Stupid ass, dumbass. Bot. Oh. Oh.
I think I got it.
Oh. Boom.
Yeah, I got it. There we go.
Cool. So anyways,
I'm sorry, you were saying?
So basically, like, not only I'm basically learning like I guess the archetypes of characters in MMOs.
So I will say that this game doesn't follow a traditional pattern because it's one, like in an MMO there is a lot less nuance. It's more about like skill rotations and knowing when a situation calls for a very specific tactic and things like that.
So
this game, however,
you could kind of like switch it out, right? Like that's whereas like in more traditional MMOs, it's you are a paladin. You are this, and you can't do anything else. Like this is what you are good at, and that's it.
Not necessarily, because the classes had specializations that were unique to the class itself. So the paladin is one of the most versatile classes, including a monk, I think it's a paladin and a monk. The reason why is because each class has 3 specializations, and each specialization determines the role that they play. A paladin is a unique class in which they can play a healer, a tank, or a DPS.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but you did not appreciate these paintings last time we came through. Look at this one.
I did. I showed you that this one over here was my favorite, and then we took a picture of me looking at the TV.
You're right, I forgot. My bad. Sorry.
You're good. But yeah, so a paladin and the monk are one of the 3 classes that allows you to play every role, and you can change those roles and accommodate if you have and fill in for a slot if you have the gear for it. Now, that's the hardest part about the game is getting the appropriate gear for your build. But
so I would argue there isn't that much of a division.
So the reason why Division is more versatile is because you don't have to create a character for every class you want to play. You just have to change your loadout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so ultimately you are correct, but there are the exceptions in.
That's a lot of words to tell me that I'm right. I'm just joshing your brother.
I know, man. I know.
I appreciate the inside tech.
Yeah, dude. That was my childhood, man. That's what I wanted to do. It was a very long time. And the thing is that it's very hard. It's very hard to to go through the work, go through the effort to make new friends in an online game, to like invest the time to want to be better. And
yeah, I'm learning. I'm obviously learning, and I've definitely never have had this much consistency in any game. I mean, like group. Well, this is honestly my first clan. Like me and Eric. I think Eric was definitely like my segue into it, and him being a little bit more serious about it. And then when I was like at the arcade a lot more before it closed, Ham would have me he'd be like, hey, karaoke's tonight, can you like just kind of host it? Oh, hey, there's a Mario Kart tournament tonight, can you host it? And I was like, yeah, for sure. You just want me to host? Like it kind of like got my little feet wet to like being able to talk. And then Eric started showing me like, honestly, 99% of me and Eric's relationship is him laughing at his phone, and I'm like, what is it? And he's like, okay, for you to understand this joke, you need to like understand the history of this. And he doesn't get upset. Like he most people will just be like, you wouldn't get it, but like Eric is like, he just loves, he's a lot like you. He's just like, okay, this is why it's funny, and da 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 da. And here's all
This
the
is a level
reference
3
points.
meme. Let me give you the history of.
Exactly. And honestly, it just got to the point where I'd just be like, you know, I'd be going more on like gamers sites and all this other stuff, and I would just like message Eric and be like, Eric, why is this funny when I get it? And he's like, oh, sit down. I'm a okay. And honestly,
Now,
like my position is like I'm a very good student, and this is kind of where I use I kind of abuse patriarchy, because I'm just like, you know what men love? Telling me what to do. And you know what I love? Learning. So let me just use that real quick and at least find some guys.
This interesting dynamic to my advantage.
I'm like, I just like learning some nerdy ass shit. So let me find
For real.
some
And that's
guys.
another thing too, dude. Like, oh, like I know some pretty hardcore nerds that are girls, and like that is just such a like hard world to be in, because it's just like you have two dynamics that you have to play with. One, which is if you're dealing like, and like mind you that I've paid my time. I've hung out with stereotypical nerds, you know, fucking mouth breathers. Like, have you see it all when you're a Dungeons and Dragons player?
My thing is like, and especially working where I work, what I've noticed is that like it mostly gets splayed out into two, and it's an archetype that I feel, so far of all the archetypes, I feel this is the strongest one. There's two types of wizards. A wizard that hoards knowledge, and a wizard that shares knowledge.
Absolutely, and I love this. I'm gonna steal this because because I so badly want to be a wizard in real life.
So like, you would make an excellent wizard because you share knowledge, and you want people to get better around you. And it could be, I'm definitely getting shot to the sky. I literally went right where they all spawned from, and I'm trying to run as far away so I could heal. Hey, I did it. Blind fire. So yeah, I feel like that's the archetype like that I've most like used.
Dude, you're so
to
right.
navigate.
Like a library. Oh my god, a library would be full of wizards.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. It's like everybody's a wizard there, and there's people that, and I would say like the in between. It's like the people who share knowledge, and the people who apprehensively share their knowledge because that's what they're paid to be. They begrudgingly do it. And
there's the need, and then there's the want.
Yeah, and like it's that enthusiasm of. It's like a childlike desire to share this beautiful thing, and you can tell. And when somebody does it, like, I remember one of my favorite things that I ever did. I had this couple. They're just, oh, we need to make a business card, and
you're kind of breaking up a bit.
I think the broadcast is gonna end. Usually when it starts glitching out or breaking up, so I'm gonna turn it off. We'll end it here. Let me close out the. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, let me just finish this thought, and then I'll go ahead and end the broadcast. Oh no, it's gonna boot me.
It's loading you. It's loading you to where I'm at right now. I'm still waiting for you.
So. Remember, you help who you can. Card, and they were using like the Staples website like card maker, and I was like, nah, let me get you on Canva and let me make you something really nice. And I could do it so fast, dude. I could do it so fast just because that's my knowledge and I know how to do it. But I had to make sure and explain to them, I'm like, just so you guys know, this isn't normal. Right now we don't have I have the time to do this. This time normally doesn't happen, and I'm just happy I could share this with you, but don't expect this from anybody else but me, because I'm the only one here that knows how to do it. and they're just like, no, 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 thank you so much, thank you so much. I was like, yeah, that's like, and they left there with 2 business cards that looked super professional, and I was happy to help because it was like a little local business just doing their thing, you know?
Yeah. And like, what better place? You're at a library. Like, this place is funded by the people.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm here to help the people. Like, that's my jam, and I was really good at it. And that was the one thing, like, they could never take away from me. And looking back on everything, like, anytime there was a program, anytime I had an assignment, anytime I was tasked with anything, I don't know what it is. It's just something about our wizardry that, like, we just go all out and we want to be the best at everything that it is we do, and that drives some people fucking crazy, dude. Some people hate that shit.
I know. So I want to share with you a moment in my childhood. So when I was in middle school, I had volunteered at the Spear Memorial Library, and they were having a lock-in for Halloween. Of course, it was like a chaperoned event. You know, everyone was there. They had plenty of people there. And my job was to read spooky stories to the children around a fake campfire, and we were sitting on plush logs. And it was adorable, and I would do the spooky voices, and you know, I was really into it because this was like pre D&D Gino. This was just me like hanging out at the library, and this was a library
Give
that I
baby
would
Gino
call
an audience, and it's gonna be a good fucking time.
Absolutely, and like this library I would call all the time, asking for one book all the time. It was Alexander's No Good, Very Bad Day.
A day, yeah.
And it was
I'm familiar with this piece of
checked
literature.
out by someone. Exactly. And so I would call, and they're like, hey Gino, no, sorry, the book's not in yet, but keep calling. And like, they would encourage me to, they weren't bothered, they were happy to hear from me. And then one day I come in and they're just like, hey, we're doing this thing, do you want to help out? And I was like, sure, let me ask my mom. And then they're like, yeah, that sounds awesome, dude. And I was like, I'd love to help. And then then that's how that started, and I just helped out with a couple little events, and then I just eventually stopped going because we had moved to a different library.
Aww.
Yeah, well, we moved to a different part of the city that just had another library closer, and so that was just my jam,
boys
man.
out.
Early boys. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, this is definitely a like stars aligning moment because like a library is just such a sacred place for me. Like that was my after school hangout spot.
I would have loved to have you as a little kid.
Yeah, dude, and that's because like at this point I was still little, big head, big ears, and then like late middle school I just fucking morphed into a giant.
Aww.
Yeah. No, not in a bad way. Like, because that's when like it was medically induced because I had a failing lungs early on as a kid, and so I was given a steroidal-based medication. That, and then there was so I had a steroid-induced growth spurt, as well as just this large amount of oxygen intake. This was like 10, 11.
Bro, that's when I got my growth spurt. Dude, I had a 17-year-old body at like 11, 12 years old.
Dude, that's the thing, man. Like, they were like, we want you in all the sports because I had this advantage, and I was like, bro, this is literally why steroids are illegal, like, in professional sports. And then, because I was suffering from constant bronchitis, from, constant bronchitis, from asthma, and like a whole bunch of, because I think I had pneumonia frequently as well, because my immune system was just compromised, and and so I was just, those were the chronic illnesses that I would get. Then now now I'm asthma free, you know, like I'm able to
smoking cigarettes.
Let's not talk about that part right there. I'm not talking about that part. But,
just, you know, it's got to be said.
Yeah, that's its own battle, because that's a very new habit, and so I've gotten to the point where...
It's not new anymore, Gino. It's not new anymore.
I'm talking about like it's new. Like it's a young habit, I should say. It's a young habit for me. You've
been doing it for more than a year now, haven't you?
No. I've
Good luck.
It's definitely been less than a year. I can't exactly pinpoint exactly when I started, but this, like I said, this is relatively young. Like, I haven't
You know
developed
what?
a dependency.
I'm not trying to shame you, but you have such a beautiful beard, and you're stinking it up.
You're right. You're right. I do end
That's
up
it.
finding
That's
myself
the only.
brushing my.
That's the only
Look,
shame I will.
I get
I
it,
will,
and there are definitely some like there's definitely some things
I don't care about nothing
that
else. I just, you know,
I
stinky
know.
beards, man. That's a thing.
Not only that, but like my beard has caught fire once already, and
Oh
so
my
like
God, Gino.
well, not because of the
I'm
smoking. It
sorry,
was it was an accident.
Gino.
Oh, now you just sound like you're shivering. Gino.
I'm shivering out of fear for your beard.
Jeez. So my beard had caught fire once because of there was a candle that was lit, but the entire casing around the candle was like one solid color, so I didn't know it was lit. And I had just reached over the counter for something, and then like my beard caught fire. It was a quick flash. It didn't like I'm okay. It was just like whew, put out, done. Like it all happened in like a split second.
So my cigarettes story is as follows. I bought a pack of cigarettes. I smoked a cigarette in my car, and I was just being cool in my car, smoking a cigarette, window down. Motherfucker flew and fell in my car and burnt like the inside of my thigh while I was driving, and I almost crashed. And then I was like, well, I guess that's not gonna happen anymore.
That's the end of that for me.
Yeah. So that was it.
Like,
that was it. Like,
the advertisements didn't say this would happen. You remember those?
This
those
wasn't
old
in a
Dare
commercial.
commercials? Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the end of my. I have some. I was gonna say GBH. Not THC, not GBH. What's that other thing? The fake weed that it's all legal now.
Oh, I don't remember. It used to be called. I remember it being called Spice when.
No. It's not like fake weed. It's like
synthetic.
No,
THC?
it's weed. No, it's not
CBD.
CBD. There it is.
Oh yeah.
I have some CBD cigarettes, but I never smoked them.
I mean, like, oh well, yeah. Well, those are. I don't know how I feel about those because it's like, I don't know. It's a step in a weird direction. It's like, well, you have cigarettes which are just like unhealthy whatsoever, and you have CBD that does have like effects on your body that are seen as beneficial, or that are just beneficial in general. And then you have like cigarettes which seem to like do the opposite of what weed does, or what CBD does.
I wouldn't say too much, like not by too much.
Because
No.
cigarettes.
I'm getting wrecked, dude.
I know, I see that, dude. Just stay behind cover. I'll hook you up. I'm blasting these guys. Straight up blasting.
Blast him.
This guy's trying to shoot me. I have so much bonus armor. There's no way he'd kill me in a million years. There we go.
I just feel like, well, I
Go on.
I don't know. I could drop the subject if you don't want to talk about it.
No,
I don't want to push
it.
it. I don't want to push it. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely a very open person. I understand that this isn't you attacking me, and there is there is concern in the topic, and I completely get it, and I acknowledge it. And there is a point in time where I'm just gonna have to make a decision to,
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying.
Get comfortable that I'm shaving like 20 years off my life, or I'm gonna have to quit. And I'm definitely at that point where I'm like it's a topic of concern now. Where this isn't being expressed with anyone else either. Like, It's just, this is just me. This is inner dialogue.
You mean, man. I think I've never met anybody with, like a serious cigarette, like, addiction that, like, didn't have some sort of, like, trauma.
Yeah, oh.
You know?
Oh, well, dude, I mean...
And like,
you want to talk about trauma? We can talk about that off the stream, but absolutely, dude. Like,
yeah, so I'm just like,
I'm definitely coping with something, and this is the unhealthy, self-destructive method that I'm choosing. But
and that's totally fine, as long as like if all I'm trying to say is like if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here for you.
No
buddy.
doubt, and honestly, like, so we'll talk more about it after. This is something I want to share on stream because
yeah.
Now we're getting to the inner machinations of Gina, but
yeah, I was like, oh, that's what. Remember when I was like, we can talk about this another time.
Yeah, I'm gonna dox myself in a way that's never been doxed. Pivot. So my address and social security. But yeah,
I mean, we're all dealing with our own things. The one thing that like that I had to because my goddaughter, she was she started the habit and stuff, but then what I noticed, it wasn't that she actually even enjoyed smoking for smoking. She just has an oral fixation. So like when she was smoking bud and stuff, it was like, it's not just like smoking, it's like all the preparation that goes into smoking, and then it's like the fire, the burn, the smoke, the like, it's all of those factors factor into like just doing something. Whereas like I'm just like, you're not even like, you could literally be smoking herbs, like just don't. So I was like, just like, yeah, you don't even have to be like smoking tobacco. You could, there's other things that you can smoke outside of tobacco that aren't gonna give you cancer, girl. And she's like, what, really? And I was like, yeah. And so like I was like, get a vape and like just find a 0 nicotine cotton candy vape, and you have a better chance of not getting cancer smoking that than tobacco. And that's what she did, and lo and behold, she doesn't give a shit about tobacco. I'm just like, yeah,
that's probably the route that I'll take, because my friends do have them, and they're very cool, and like they have like they're an interesting toy, and the 0 nicotine, like most of them do have 0 nicotine because like they're just potheads and they don't really care for it. They just, again, I think it's just a cool toy, and it's of course that fixation. But I'll probably get the simple ones that are just like
like the actual. But I know a lot of those are
pens.
Yeah, and I think that's something you could explore. But then we could pivot, because now I want to talk about something that I know. I think I'm slowly coming to the conclusion that I mean, tears aside, you guys are way the fuck ahead of me. So I need to figure out what I want to and what, outside of just pushing through shit. And for sure, I want to start working on that all the mask stuff.
So yeah, so that's another
I wanted
thing too.
to work
I
on
found
the
a guide for that.
Oh, you found a guide? Okay, cool. And then there's this other thing, and Eric could attest to the fact that like anytime I travel, I always take pictures of like graffiti and stuff. And so there's a secret language written throughout this video game.
Ooh, secret language.
Secret language within.
I learned how to read the galactic alphabet because I wanted to read the stuff that they would say in Star Wars. Turns out that a lot of it is just like basic words. So you'll see like, oh, this guy's at a shop, and it just says store. I'm like, well, that's lame. You have a whole goddamn language.
That's pretty funny. That's anticlimactic. I am like so far behind you. I'm just like.
It's I was it's cool. Like I'm just. We're gonna get to
You're
a
just
point in
better
which it's
than
gonna
me,
give
bro.
you-
I get it, bro.
I've done this.
I
I had to do this so many times. I did it once for myself, then once for Eric and Robbie.
Why are you saying
and then,
good guy Gino?
Hey man, I get it. Like the moment, if you had told me that you cared about the story, I would have like taken it back, slowed it down.
Nah.
But like I knew that from the beginning that you didn't have an interest and I didn't have an interest in the story.
So we were
I'm
just blasting through. It's not even that. I just don't know where to go because like when you beat them, they kind of like opens up where to go, and then you go so far ahead of me that I'm just like.
There should be like there should be like an orange marker that will take you to the doorways.
Yeah, but then it's Romeo and Juliet. I feel like, wow, we got through that pretty quickly. Come on. Hey, you never got to say your part of the. Oh yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
It wasn't exactly the words.
Word for
it was
word.
my interpretation of the Romeo and Juliet.
So, it was poetic, for sure.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, just taking advantage of every opportunity that came my way. I was working at a theater, and it's theater. This theater was built in the 30s in Edinburgh, and it's beautiful, right? And it was like an auditorium theater, and then they made it into like a theater. Did their best. They put up like blackout curtains and stuff, right? But it's still a really beautiful building. And I would have to like wait for people to come and like open the doors for them, get the lights on for them, just like give them the tour, show them what's what, tell them the rules. And then whenever I'd be waiting, I would just like go on stage and just start talking and just like practice my enunciations and like just start I don't even know what I was talking about. I couldn't even tell. But like I was just up there just talking, like just free form talking, just to like, I'm like, I have a stage, why not work out all my inner monologue on stage? So that was pretty fun. I think I recorded it like once or twice on SoundCloud, on like my own private SoundCloud, but I'm really glad I did that because that was really fun. 10/10 would recommend. Like, work out your inner monologue on a stage with a spotlight.
Well, I'll take that into consideration next time I have an inner monologue.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, yeah, so I heard this was I'll just rent out the whole theater.
Yeah. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Come on. Alright, I think after this mission I'm gonna call it. I'm getting a cramp.
That
I think.
sounds not a problem. That sounds like a plan. We
Hey,
did make a lot of progress.
We need to
what's
you
up?
need to give me your you already gave me. I have Amanda's island and yours, but you're not on as much as Amanda.
No, I am not. I don't play the game. I play this game more.
Yeah. So I'm kind of caught between streams. Interestingly enough, I just lost a. Like I mean, we weren't that close, but like there was potential for friendship, cause like, but he's like, I don't think my wife's comfortable with us talking.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, why? I don't like you like that, bro. We just talk about gardening. Like, you live down the street from me, and I need tools. And outside of that need, like, I could talk to somebody about my fish, and you like fish, and we like, I was like, did you show her our chats? Like, it's like the opposite of what anybody would expect. Like, it's literally us just showing each other fish tanks we like. But he's like, yeah, she's not cool with us hanging out or talking. I was like, I was even open to the idea. I was like, just add her into the group chat, dude. I don't care. Let her see what we say. Yeah. Like, I ain't hiding nothing. And he's like, oh, I'll see what's up. And I haven't heard from him since. So I'm just like, ugh.
And so the funny thing about that is to me it seems that like, because I don't think that every significant other is like some sort of vindictive butthole. I think that most of them I think like they don't understand, and then they just have questions, and then that's what makes it uncomfortable for the person in the friendship. And it's I think that's a problem with the person in the friendship. I think it's like they just don't understand their feelings, or they just maybe like they interpret the friendship in a way that's being misinterpreted, and then they're just being buttholes about it because they're not like honest to like they're just not honest like.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I don't want to like. There's certain people that I'll defend my friendship to or like get upset about, but like when it's that new and I'm just like, you know what? It's literally we're all facing the barrel at the end of the universe right now. And like you're still coming at me with this like 1992 bullshit. I'm just like, it's okay. It's like it's okay, dude. Like if you can't handle it, it's alright. It's okay. Whatever. I got my friends.
And it just
sucks.
really
I'm
is,
like sucks to be you, dude. I was like sucks to be you.
It absolutely like it's what is it? You're in the prison of your own design.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm just like, shout out to all the ladies supporting our clan, man. Appreciate that shit. Because that was happening to Paola a lot. Battle, she every time like her clan, like she's like, oh, I got this clan, and then never mind, I don't have a clan. I was like, what happened? She's like, some dude's girlfriend, blah blah blah. And in the end, it's like the hardest people that we have to defend ourselves from outside of just the guys, it's the females as well, like the women. And like that general insecurity, and like it'll get us all. It's gonna get us all in the end, but not us. We're special.
Yeah, we're I don't even think we're an exception. It's just I think the skill is that we properly communicate, period.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't that room for concern.
Woo, we made it out. All right, homie, this is it for us for today. That's the end of the stream. Any parting words?
No, just...
No. Just promise you won't set yourself on fire anymore. It's unhealthy. All right, well, stay